I'm going to show you how to make super healthy and super quick and easy flapjacks. They are refined sugar free, they are full of lots of healthy nuts and grains, and they take no time at all to make. So it's a really great thing in the new year if you need a little bit of a healthy boost. All right, so first thing we need to do is get our nuts. So a little tip for you here. We need 200 grams of pecans. If you don't have pecans, you can use walnuts. Lidl, if you have a Lidl near you, sell nuts. They're really reasonably priced, and they sell them in 200 gram bags, so you don't even need to weigh them out. So that's my pecans. Then you need 300 grams of hazelnuts or almonds or another nut of choice. I wouldn't recommend walnuts and pecans, they're too similar. I couldn't get hazelnuts today, so I'm using almonds. I'm just going to pop those in. And then all we have to do is put them onto our food processor for a few seconds just to break them up and make them into smaller pieces. She says, hold on. This will be a little bit noisy, so I won't talk for a second, but once we've whizzed these up, I will show you the next stage of the process. When you've broken up most of the nuts because the noise level will go down on your processor. Okay, so that's our nuts in there. Pop those in. Don't need that in there, do we? So get the nuts out, pop the nuts into a mixing bowl and set them aside. Then we're going to use our processor again, and we just need to put all our other ingredients in. So look at my very ripe banana. It's the other thing that's brilliant about this recipe. You can use up old bananas. I hate wasting food. So in goes one ripe banana. To be honest with this, the riper they are, the better, because you want the softness and the gooiness. Okay, then you pop in your sunflower seeds, your coconut oil. We need 4 tablespoons of honey. Just pop those in. This is really thick honey that I'm using today. Okay, so the honey obviously adds the sweetness to the dish. So they're not sugar free, but you're adding a natural honey, which is much, much better than refined sugar. And also you'll get a little bit of sweetness from the bananas. Right, that's 2. This is the thickest honey ever. Okay, 3. Now, sometimes I would say you could substitute honey for maple syrup, but I wouldn't suggest that in this case, because the other thing this honey does is help to bind it all together, and a maple syrup is much thinner, and you'll find that your flapjacks will be too crumbly, so do use honey for this recipe. All right, there's our honey. If I can get it off of the spoon. Oh my goodness, okay. And then we need a tablespoon and a half of cinnamon. So I'm just going to guess that because my spoon is all sticky. And a tablespoon and a half of ginger, which sounds like a lot, but actually this makes a lot of flapjacks. So once it's actually all whizzed together, the flavour's not that strong. Okay, we're going back in with the food processor. There's going to be a little bit of noise again. And we're just going to whiz all that together until it makes a nice, soft, sticky paste. So that also has helped to break the sunflower seeds up a little bit. So let's just take that out of there. And then you can see, move that as well, that's going to fall in. That is our glue that's going to stick it all together. Okay, so just scrape that out of the mixer and put that into the bowl. The last bits out. You want to get all of this out if you can, because you want to make sure these flapjacks stick together. Okay. And then I think it's always easier to do this with a wooden spoon. You just want to mix it all together. You have to do quite a bit of sort of mashing and prodding just to make sure that all of the nuts get covered in the gooey mixture. Okay. So see how quick that is. And it's only using a mixing bowl and a food processor, which is the other reason I love it, because I don't have tons of washing up at the end. Okay, so there we go. That's it all combined. And the last thing you need to do is take a small tin. You can grease it. I prefer just to put greaseproof paper in. I think it's just a lot easier to lift everything out. And then all you want to do is pour your mix into the bowl like that. And then just with your wooden spoon, press it down so it's evenly distributed across the tin. And really do press it firmly down, because you want this to stick together as it cooks. And if you just chuck it in and leave it loose, it's not going to do that. So that really good. So it doesn't need to be even on the top, but just nicely pressed down. Okay. So that is it, basically, apart from the cooking. So there we go. That's the brownies, the flapjacks ready to go. So you need to preheat your oven. So obviously your oven will be warming up while you're doing all of this. And then you pop it in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. It takes a while to cook, but it's worth it. And then once it comes out of the oven, let it cool down and then cut it into pieces. And I tell you, this is so dense with nuts and goodness that it's really filling, so you only need a small piece. It's a brilliant grab and go breakfast. It's a fantastic afternoon snack for you or for the kids. So yeah, give it a go.